There's wild, there's strange, and then there are these clips, the ones that feel completely out of this world.
All right, the first case this afternoon, Mr. Bieber, you are charged with the following.
From glitches to unexplainable behaviors, let's unravel the moments that will literally give you chills. Check out this video. Among all the people here, there's one reptilian woman sitting quietly, and no one even realizes it. But look closely at her eye near the end. It clearly shows that classic reptilian sign. She's calm, blending in perfectly, acting like just another person in the room. And as usual, nobody notices when or where these beings mix among us. They appear in crowds, sit beside us, move like everyone else. Yet only tiny hints give away what they truly are. Clone Elon. At a recent event, Elon was caught standing alone, talking to invisible people, and literally looking the most bizarre version of himself. And I have the proof of all these things. Look at his eyes, his movement, which was honestly odd, almost out of character, which brought up the clone theory as one viewer commented this. Everyone believed that it might be someone else. But I'd love to hear your opinion, so let me know in the comments below. Creepy reptilian. New York City has its share of strange moments, but one CCTV clip created a mystery of its own. Two figures were seen walking quickly through a quiet street, almost as if they didn't want anyone noticing them. But the real shock came when viewers zoomed in. Those ears, those eyes, something didn't look human at all. Many believe these were reptilian beings hiding in plain sight, using human shapes to blend in. And the strangest part, after that night, they were never seen again. Unusual hands. Back in 2019, in a small town in Peru, there was a woman who looked a bit different from everyone else. Her hands weren't like ours. Instead of having a left and right, her left hand was shaped exactly like a right hand.
Si puedes levantarte, mostrarlo un poco mejor.
During an interview with the local media, she even showed it on camera, and the reaction online was mixed. Some people found it strange and mysterious, while others went straight to suggesting she might be reptilian.
Bueno, es un poco, muy extraño. Esto es una flexibilidad muy rara.
Reptilian announcement. A strange video from an unknown source has everyone puzzled. It shows a totally normal-looking guy, until things take a wild turn. He casually removes what seems to be a mask from his left hand, then from his right, and instantly it's clear he's not human at all. But the real twist comes at the end. He lifts the mask off his face too, revealing his true form. This wasn't a person pretending. It was a reptilian the whole time, almost as if it posted the clip just to remind us they're already among us. Eerie woman. You know how a church ceremony is supposed to feel calm and safe? Well, this one in Romania went the complete opposite. A woman suddenly started moving her face in this super odd, twisty way. Like her features weren't even human for a second. Some people online say she looked a bit reptilian, but the strangest part? Everyone around her acted like nothing was happening. No whisper, no glance, nothing. That silent reaction honestly made the whole moment way creepier. Strange cheeks. Earlier, I showed you a Peruvian woman whose hands were unusual, but this one from Colombia is even stranger. Her hands look normal, but her cheek skin, it's bizarre, almost like clay. The moment the anchor lightly touched her cheeks, their shape instantly changed. It's wild to think about the kind of people living around us, blending in while being completely different from what we consider normal. And yet, most of us never even notice. Aussie creepy. Some interviews are unforgettable, not because of what was said, but because of the energy behind them. And Ozzy Osbourne's 1982 Night Flight appearance is exactly that kind of clip. The second he showed up, his body movements were strange, jerky, twitchy, almost like he wasn't fully in control. He ends up talking about the bat moment, describing the taste in a way only he could.
I picked it up and it was a real bat.
Was it alive?
It was till I bit into the head of it. The taste of bats is very salty.
And honestly, the way he said it didn't feel like shock value. It felt genuine, strange, and memorable. The kind of moment only Ozzy could deliver without even trying. Justin Bieber. Our very own Justin Bieber had to appear in court for a case. Everyone was focused on the case itself. But what I pulled out for you is unbelievable. Watch his eye closely. Everything is going normally. And then suddenly, his eye flashes that classic reptilian sign. Now connect this with how often similar things were spotted around Diddy and how Justin's career suddenly went downhill. Isn't it possible that being linked to reptilians pulled him away from the spotlight?
All right, the first case this afternoon is Justin Bieber. Mr. Bieber, you are charged with the following.
COVID conspiracy. During the COVID days, loads of conspiracies popped up claiming it was turning people into zombie-like beings. And honestly, after seeing some cases, it almost felt believable. Like this woman. She clearly saw the cafe was closed, yet kept trying to get inside, doing the strangest things. Licking the glass, pressing her face against it, staring in this unsettling way. No normal person behaves like that. And for reference, this case was from that same COVID period. The cops eventually took her away, but the mystery behind her behavior was never explained.
Look at baby girl. Hello?
He just called.
Hello?
Unusual reptilian. Everything about the press conference looked routine until viewers noticed one man in the frame who simply didn't fit in with the rest. His face had subtle, strange features, just slightly off. But what really caught attention was his tongue. He kept flicking it out slowly, in a way that looked almost reptilian. He didn't speak, barely moved. And the more you look at him, the more it feels like he was placed there for a reason, like someone making sure their presence was quietly known. Zombie person. Venice Beach was glowing under a perfect sunny day. Everyone chilling, having fun, except for this one strange person off to the side. Anyone who glanced at him instantly got the same odd thought. Is he some kind of zombie? No clue why. But his behavior was way off. He sat in a corner, body shaking in this weird, jerky way, totally out of it. People around didn't pay much attention, yet something felt off, almost like an unseen force was tugging at him. Britney's eye glitch. When it comes to reptilians, they show up in every field, so you shouldn't be surprised if they appear in pop culture too. And yes, even Britney Spears is said to be part of this hidden society. Everything in her clips looks totally normal, but then for a few seconds, her eyes glitch. That classic reptilian hint. It almost feels like they can't hold their disguise for too long and end up revealing a tiny sign. We just need to stay a bit more attentive. Nicki's glitch moment. Back in 2023, Nicki Minaj appeared at a show, and everything was running normally until something happened that completely puzzled the viewers. She suddenly started acting like a robot, not just robotic, but like a machine glitching mid-performance.
Fuck. Motherfucker.
Her speech wasn't coming out right, her expressions were off, and even the host noticed something strange, looking just as confused as everyone else.
You alright?
Huh?
You okay?
Creepy doll. A guy started noticing something unusual in his doll, so he decided to try a dark little trick on it. He took a candle and waved the smoke near its face. At first, I honestly thought this was just a pointless stunt, but it actually worked. The doll's eyes shifted, its expression changed, and near the end, the smoke rose over its head as if it reacted, almost looking annoyed. After this, Things either get harder or calm down, only time will tell. Angelic priest. In a local church in Romania, a strange incident took place. Among the crowd was a priest no one recognized, and surprisingly, he seemed to glow softly, almost as if some angelic energy was radiating from him. Everyone around was stunned, whispering how something like this could even happen. Many believed he wasn't a normal priest at all, but an angel appearing in human form. And the most mysterious part? After that day, he was never seen again. Time traveler. This video looks straight out of a sci-fi movie. A man is casually walking down the street when all of a sudden, he vanishes. Then, out of nowhere, another guy appears, dressed in a slightly old-school fashion. Instantly, it gives off the vibe that he's a time traveler. He seems to move the first man somewhere else, but exactly where and why is hard to figure out. Moments like this leave you questioning what's really happening right in front of our eyes. Mysterious eye. Every now and then, a clip appears online that genuinely makes you doubt what's real, and this one definitely does. A woman is casually sitting with her friends, totally relaxed, when she suddenly does something no normal person should pull off. She changes the actual shape of her pupils, not the color, the shape, and the way it shifts looks far from human.
Two, do it. What the what? No. Trigger, where are you going? Wait, Trigger, are you joking right now? How are you doing that with your eyes?
Her friends freeze, confused, while viewers can't help wondering what she really might be. Reptilian senator. Let's talk about the reptilians now. People who live among us, but are almost never noticed. And in this clip, let me show you one of them. A few years back, this US senator was at a press conference. No one there really caught anything, but one guy watching at home noticed something wild. His eye shifted, a proper reptilian-style flick. The moment was super quick, but if this was really a reptilian sighting, remember, this is a government official. That means these beings might actually be controlling us. Hidden sign. Recently, the FIFA president and Donald Trump met in the Oval Office to unveil the trophy. Everyone, press, media, fans were focused on the trophy and hyped for the World Cup.
It's a unique trophy. This is the trophy, but it's not finished because it's unlike any other trophy. There is a key.
Oh.
But did any of you actually notice its design? Those markings on it? Do you really think that's just decoration? Not at all. These are signs of the Ophanim, shown right in front of us without anyone realizing. If you don't know, they're said to be watchers of the skies, guardians of hidden knowledge, spinning between worlds whenever the veil thins just enough for a glimpse.
Oh, you gotta be kidding.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wait.
Flight zombie. When I mentioned earlier that during COVID there was a conspiracy about people turning into zombie-like beings, there were reasons behind it. One more example was this case on a flight, where a man suddenly started reacting in a completely bizarre way, almost as if he'd lost control of himself. He began disturbing passengers around him and wasn't following any COVID protocols at all. Something in those vaccines seemed to react differently for a few people, not everyone. Healing or mystery? Do you guys know about Pastor John Psych? He's known for conducting deliverance sessions, claiming to free people from negative forces. In one public session, he brought forward a woman whose condition looked seriously disturbed.
We made her depressed, so she will take her life. Her husband is gone. You thought you could save their marriage?
And after a long, intense process, he managed to calm her completely, right in front of cameras and the entire crowd. Now I'm curious, what do you all make of this? Moments like these always split opinions, and your thoughts on this one really matter. Strange sun. A group of friends were sitting by a lake in Dallas, Texas, when suddenly one of them noticed something dark on the sun. At first, they weren't sure what it was, but when they zoomed in with a camera, they could clearly see a huge dark object, almost covering half the sun.
What the hell is that? Did you see that shit? It's going around.
This strange phenomenon lasted only for a short while, before everything returned to normal. But what exactly happened? That, it seems, will remain a mystery.
See, it's like gone now. Did you see that shit? Yeah, so it was all dark with some...
Sudden teleportation. When we think about teleportation, we imagine a person stepping through some glowing portal, but this case is completely different. On a highway, a man's dash cam captured something wild, a dog appearing out of nowhere right in the middle of the road. You can clearly see it wasn't there before, but the moment a car passed, the dog suddenly appeared in that exact spot and calmly crossed the road. It really seems like someone performed a teleportation experiment on it. Mysterious light. This guy was traveling late at night near Austin, Texas, when he suddenly noticed something strange, a distant light glowing in the dark. He stopped the car and began filming. At first, it looked like any normal light, but then it started growing bigger and brighter. This wasn't an ordinary sight at all. By the end, the light transformed into a glowing object and moved upward into the sky.
Hot dog.
It truly felt like something was inside it, but what exactly? No one knows. Afraid kid. An old video of late Queen Elizabeth is making rounds online again. She's moving through a crowd, meeting families, and greeting everyone politely like she always did. But when she approaches one particular family, things take a strange turn. A little boy in a tiny suit, who was cheerful a second earlier, suddenly panics. He scrambles backward fast, refusing to even look at her. Viewers found it unsettling, leading many to suggest the kid might have seen something in her eyes that the rest of us couldn't. Reptilian interview. In one of Alex Collier's older interviews, he made a claim that people still argue about today. He said the reptilian beings he'd learned about could live for hundreds of years. Their bodies built tougher, colder, and far more adaptable than ours.
The Alpha Draconans are here now. Where?
There are 1,833 of them that have been living underground between 100 and 200 miles beneath the surface. They've been here, some of them have been here a long, long time.
According to him, their appearance was anything but human, scaled skin, sharp features, and eyes that never really blinked. At the time, many dismissed it as just another wild story. But as more strange sightings and odd encounters keep surfacing, some viewers have started wondering if his words weren't as impossible as they once sounded.
They have lifespans that are thousands of years. They're carnivorous. They are not friendly to mankind, at least the ones that are here.
Are you saying carnivorous, they eat humans?
Yes, and they won't eat a dead human. It has to be alive at the time of the killing. Their preference is children.
Reptilian reveal. During a TV show in 2009, a guy sitting in the audience gave off a clear reptilian sign, just like the others reported over the years. His eyes suddenly shifted on camera, and the strange part is that he didn't even seem aware of it happening. Since he was looking directly into the lens, many viewers believed it wasn't an accident. Some even said he intentionally revealed his reptilian nature, claiming it couldn't just be a coincidence. What's your take on it? Clone mystery. LeBron James, our very own superstar, is known for his incredible basketball skills. But there's something else too. During one of his matches, something happened that set the whole internet buzzing. In the crowd, people noticed a guy who looked exactly like LeBron. Same face, same build, everything. How can two people look this identical and even appear in the same frame? Opinions exploded online. Some said he was just a look-alike, but others insisted the real LeBron was relaxing while his clone played the match. Kid Boo clone. Back in 2019, this crazy story popped up about American rapper Kid Boo claiming he had a clone. People laughed at first, no one bought it. But then he went live on Instagram, and suddenly there was another guy right next to him, looking exactly like him. Same face, same tattoos, same voice. Some said it was a split-screen trick, but live streams weren't that simple back then.
Yo, come over here. What y'all gotta say now? We got the same tattoos, same hair, same genetic structure.
And then, not long after, Kid Boo's career started sliding. Coincidence? Maybe he revealed a little too much. Devil sign. So, here's something pretty strange from a basketball game. Taylor Swift and Ice Spice were calmly sitting in the crowd, just enjoying the match like everyone else. Everything looked completely normal, until the camera shifted toward them. That's when Ice Spice suddenly flashed a devil horn sign, clear as day. It didn't seem playful or accidental at all. It looked intentional, almost like she was acknowledging something right on live TV. And honestly, it feels like they aren't even trying to hide it anymore. Hollywood mystery. Ever wondered what's really hiding behind Hollywood's music hits? Back in 2007, someone revealed that many songs we love aren't as innocent as they seem. He played one of the tracks in reverse, and what came out was shocking.
Backwards it says, "'Cause I live with Satan."
It clearly sounded like worship to something sinister. Even more unsettling is how the truth was immediately buried, almost like no one was allowed to talk about it again. I'm honestly shocked. And you should know, this is no joke.
Did you hear that?
Sudden disappearance. A calm afternoon at a cafe suddenly turned strange. A couple was sitting outside enjoying their drinks, and then they vanished without a trace. People nearby were shocked and confused, looking around, trying to understand what just happened. 1 second they existed, the next, nothing. One moment they were there, the next, they weren't. Maybe it was a glitch in reality, a tiny slip in the matrix that erased them from sight. Joe Biden. Former President Joe Biden has always sparked theories, but this clip pushed things way further. In front of the entire media, he takes a simple sip of water and then suddenly makes a random clapping gesture for no reason at all. The people around him just stare, confused, trying to act normal while silently questioning what's going on.
NATO's door remains open by inviting Finland and Sweden to join our alliance.
Moments like this make it hard to ignore the possibility that something about him isn't exactly human. Weird writer. Some commutes feel ordinary, and then there are moments that snap you out of autopilot. That's exactly what happened here. A man noticed a strange figure clinging to the outside of the metro door, like it belonged there. At first, it looked like a dark blur sliding through the tunnel, almost unreal. But once the train surfaced, sunlight hit it, and the shape became crystal clear. By the time they reached the station, the twist dropped. It wasn't a shadow at all, but a young guy performing a wild stunt, hanging on for the entire ride. Unbelievable, right? Time traveler. People joke about time travel all the time, but this clip feels way beyond a joke. A guy sets up his camera, stands ready, and then a bright portal forms, swallowing him in one clean, effortless flash. The whole moment looks so controlled, almost like he's done it before. And once he disappears, the light fades as if nothing happened at all. Makes you seriously wonder, how many travelers walk past us every day without us even noticing? Live glitch. It was a typical news day, or so everyone thought. Then, right before the broadcast, the anchor's face started behaving in ways that no one could explain. Her right eye suddenly started acting up and wouldn't open properly, no matter how hard she tried. Her facial expressions didn't match the situation at all. It didn't look like a simple twitch. It felt mechanical, like a glitch from something not fully human. Eerie score. Sometimes the strangest clues don't come from secret files, but from everyday moments. This time, the clue appeared right in the middle of a crowded stadium, hidden in a perfectly normal play. A player jumped to score, ball in hand, but when the ball slipped, his hand stretched, longer, wider, almost reptilian. He grabbed it midair and scored. No one noticed. And if something like this can happen in a packed stadium, imagine what goes unseen where no cameras are watching. Sudden appearance. Day by day, this world keeps dropping glitches that make your head spin. Take this moment. Cars were moving normally as the signal turned green. Nothing strange at all. Then suddenly, out of thin air, another car appears right in front of them. No build-up, no approach, just pop, like it spawned in real life. One of the wildest glitches ever, and hardly anyone even notices. Eerie statue. You'd think this was a harmless statue, or so everyone believed, until one man got a closer look. At first, nothing seemed strange, but something felt off. It was like the statue was staring directly at him. He stood there for a moment, unsure. Then, just a slight tilt of the head, barely noticeable, but enough to scream, "Leave now." He didn't wait around to see what would happen next. Goal glitch. During a live football match, the goalkeeper reaches out to catch the ball, but something strange happens. The ball slips past him, bounces off the pole, and starts heading away. But then, within 1 second, it suddenly came back into his hands. Smooth, clean, as if nothing weird happened. And no one notices a thing. If not for the cameras, this would have been missed. The moment passed in a blink, and the crowd never realized. Yet for those watching closely, it was impossible to ignore, and it makes you question what else slips by unnoticed. Stuck in loop. We used to laugh at glitches, thinking they only happen to stuff around us, but lately, humans are starting to glitch too, like this woman who pulled up in her car, stepped out, and then did something strange. She kept repeating the exact same movements, like she was trapped in a tiny loop only she couldn't see. After a while, the pattern finally broke, and she walked away normally. The strange part? She never looked confused, not even once.
Guys, this girl keeps repeating the same thing over and over. She's gonna get out of her car, she's gonna walk around the front, the passenger side. All right, watch her. Now she's gonna get out, she's going to walk around the back of the car, and then she's going to get in. She's done this 3 times.
Unusual coincidence. Live shows are unpredictable, sure, but this moment went beyond normal randomness. 1 second the host was talking, and the background suddenly turned suspiciously synchronized. 3 models behind him lifted their hands to fix their hair, not one after the other, but all at exactly the same time. It was so precise it felt choreographed, yet there was no cue, no prompt. Some say coincidence, but with all the glitches we've seen, who knows? Maybe this was one of them. Bizarre concert. Fans go to concerts expecting memories, lights, and music, but some nights leave a different mark. For one Swiftie, that night became a mystery they couldn't shake. They couldn't remember a single thing. No lyrics, no lights, just a blank space. Others came forward with the same story, and soon the internet dubbed it Taylor amnesia. No one can say for sure why it happens, but with multiple fans reporting the same blankness, the phenomenon is hard to ignore.
You spent almost $1,000 on a ticket, right? You can't remember anything?
It felt like so surreal. I was like, did she play this song? I don't remember this.
Leaving a sense of mystery that still haunts the internet. Sudden fall. Live on air, Brooke Graham was talking, and then she fell. Just like that, in a blink, leaving everyone stunned. The anchors in the studio thought she just slipped, since she kept talking like nothing happened, even while lying flat on the ground.
Okay. Yes.
But if you watch closely, she looks dizzy right before falling. She quickly recovered, speaking as if nothing had happened, but the moment making viewers question whether it was just fatigue or something far stranger. Perfect sync. The cameras were on. Stacy Plaskett speaking like usual, but behind her, a woman's lips were moving in perfect sync, and what came next made it impossible to look away.
I wanted to introduce into the record, page 55.
Every time that woman moved her lips first, Stacy spoke right after, as if she was being controlled. Who was that woman? No one knows. Some might say coincidence, others might see rehearsal, but the way the lip sync matched so precisely is impossible to ignore. The mystery lingers, unanswered and unsettling.
Page 55 from the committee's interview.
Let's move towards our subscribers' pick of the day. This clip seriously puzzled me, and I'm sure it'll puzzle you too. In it, a man is sitting with his friend, and the friend casually pulls his nose. But instead of normal skin reacting, the entire layer peels like a mask. And here's the strange part. What peeled off wasn't skin at all. It was an actual mask. What's hiding underneath? Nobody knows. But one thing is clear. No normal person wears something like this. Only one group ever needs such disguises: reptilians.